I was pregnant with the child of the quintessential second lead from a romance novel. But when I hemorrhaged during childbirth, he was at the female lead's side, catering to her every whim. I was in agony, my body going cold. As my soul slipped away, I murmured bitterly,
"If I could do it all again, I'd never give my heart to a man."
When I opened my eyes, I had somehow reincarnated back to the beginning of the story. Back then, the male and female leads were fiercely in love. The classic bickering high school sweethearts. The gentle second lead, River Sutton, was the female lead Mia Lynn's childhood best friend, silently protecting her from the sidelines. In the novel, he was the ultimate tragic hero, raised by a single mom with a terminal illness. He juggled AP classes and minimum wage shifts to pay her medical bills, enduring his mother's death, bombing his SATs, and a failed tech startup. As the devoted second lead, he was Mia's eternal safety net. After the main couple tied the knot, he moved to Europe, embracing a life of eternal solitude. His story made readers sob uncontrollably. I've always been a sucker for the gentle, deeply devoted types. After finishing the book, my heart ached for him. In my past life, after my real-world death, I inexplicably woke up inside this novel as a beautiful, wealthy background character. Reason told me to stay out of the plot to remain a quiet extra, but emotion won out. Maybe because we both knew suffering, I couldn't help but gravitate toward River, willingly guarding him, doing everything in my power to save him. I would have given him my entire heart, yet none of it mattered compared to Mia's tearful voicemail. "River, I miss you so much." So River abandoned me in the maternity ward to comfort Mia, who had run away from home after a fight with the male lead, Carter Hayes. Amidst the intense stress, my water broke. And then I died on the cold operating table. I deliberately distanced myself from the main cast. River quickly noticed. After all, I had always been the one shamelessly tagging along, forcing my way into their friend group. My sudden coldness was obvious even to outsiders. My nerdy lab partner quietly asked if I was beefing with River and the others. I patted my textbook and smiled brightly.
"Of course not. I just need to focus on my GPA. Finals are coming up, and I refuse to be dead last again."
The moment I spoke, a piercing gaze locked onto me from the front row. It was River. He'd been watching me for days, always looking like he wanted to say something but swallowing the words. He clearly didn't want Mia to get the wrong idea, so he kept his distance. In my past life, I was a pathetic fool, deluding myself into thinking I could fix him. I had no idea I'd end up in such a miserable state. Now, I didn't even care enough to want revenge. First, I wanted zero involvement with the main cast. Second, I just didn't have the energy for high school drama. All I wanted was to enjoy my fabulous, wealthy life. After dying twice, I cherished being alive. Life is fragile. Whether in the real world or this fictional one, I had never truly lived for myself. Before I got sucked into this book, I was my mom's entire world. But I had congenital leukemia. My dad bailed, and my mom worked herself to the bone to pay for my treatments. But then, I was only 15 when I fell to my death. My mom must be shattered. The thought made my nose sting, tears threatening to spill. Suddenly, Mia's sickeningly sweet voice chimed from behind me.
"Chloe, why haven't you been hanging out with us? Are you and River fighting?"
I looked up and caught River's probing stare from across the room. The next second, I flipped him the bird in mouth.
"Asshole."
His smile vanished, and he stared at me in shock. Seeing Mia's innocent act, I gave a tight smile.
"Yeah, we are. Pretty badly, actually." "Oh no, why?"
She gasped, though a flicker of smug satisfaction crossed her eyes. Teenagers really can't hide their true colors.
"Because
I said, faking deep betrayal.
I found out he is in love with you, so I am over him."
Mia's face lost all its color. She glanced around in a panic. After a long, agonizing pause, she stammered.
"See, Chloe, you are being crazy. I've always seen River as a brother. He definitely sees me as a little sister, too. We're just best friends. Don't say stuff like that."
Her voice trailed off, practically dripping with guilt. It was almost funny. Everyone in school knew River was obsessed with her. Was she really that clueless? They were just using the bestie's excuse to act like a couple. No boundaries, no commitment. As long as she played dumb, she got to soak up all of River's devotion without giving anything back. Too lazy to watch her face cycle from pale to blotchy red, I grabbed my flashcards and walked out to study. I brushed past River in the aisle. He reached out to grab my arm.
"Back off."
I snapped. snapped. His gentle demeanor cracked, replaced by a flash of anger and confusion. Carter, the male lead, strutted over to mock River.
You back off too.
I told him. What a useless boyfriend, couldn't even keep his own girlfriend in check. I hated every single one of these main characters. Carter jumped back.
Geez, psycho. Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed?
I shoved River out of my way and marched out of the classroom. For days, we ignored each other, complete strangers. After school, I went to the alley behind the bleachers to feed Pumpkin. Pumpkin was a stray orange tabby, super skittish. I planned to bribe him with treats and take him home. In my past life, both Mia and I wanted to adopt him. Pumpkin was actually warming up to me when River intervened. Because he begged me, I let Mia have the cat. But since Carter hated cats, she just dumped Pumpkin on River. This time, I wasn't playing nice. As I neared the alley, I heard Mia's giggles.
Adav River, he is so cute. I really want to take him home.
I jogged over and swatted her hand away.
Don't touch him. Pumpkin bites.
She yanked her hand back, visibly annoyed.
Oh, Chloe, is this your cat?
Wow, dropping the friendly act already.
Yeah, he is mine.
I said deadpan, pouring out the kibble. Mia bit her lip, playing the victim.
But he looks like a stray. Why don't I give him a real home? No.
I said flatly.
He is my cat. I am taking him.
I wasn't backing down, and Mia was digging her heels in. River gave her an indulgent, helpless look. He turned to me with his trademark polite smile.
Chloe, could you please just let us have the cat?
I ignored his bullshit, scooped Pumpkin into my arms, and turned to leave. Surprisingly, the cat didn't scratch me this time. He just purred. Seeing me walk away, Mia panicked.
River, do something.
She whined. River chuckled softly.
You are impossible.
He stepped into my path, blocking the exit, turning on that soft, gentle charm that usually worked on everyone. Looking at this boy, his smile so warm and tender, my blood boiled. It was exactly this fragile, beautiful look that had suckered me in during my past life. I had held his hand at his mother's funeral. I tutored him when he bombed his sats. I gave him everything. He was the one who asked me out first. He was the one who put a ring on my finger and promised me forever. So why was he still at Mia's beck and call? The trauma and grief of my past life crashed into me. Pure rage took over. With a sharp crack, my hand shot up, slapping him across the face with everything I had.
You absolute piece of trash. Oh my God, Chloe, are you psycho?
Mia shrieked. River's head snapped to the side. My acrylics had caught his jaw, leaving a faint trail of blood. I pulled my hand back, fingers tingling, wishing I could hit him again. That was for leaving me to die. Mia was in hysterics, accusing me of being a toxic, jealous bitch, saying if I couldn't have him, I was trying to ruin him.
Call the cops then.
I sneered.
And what do you mean if I can't have him? Care to elaborate, Mia?
Mia choked on her words. Elaborating would mean admitting the truth and ruining her innocent brother-sister act with River. Mia deflated, glancing nervously at me, terrified I'd air out her dirty laundry. She was guilty as charged, but why would I ever warn River? This is exactly the fate he deserves. I remembered Martha was waiting in the SUV. I unzipped my designer backpack and pulled out a stack of crisp $100 bills. I let them flutter to the dirty pavement between us.
There is your copay, Sutton. Need more for the ER. Chloe Vance, you are out of line.
Mia yelled, dropping the innocent act completely.
Just because you have a trust fund doesn't mean you can treat people like this. Apologize to River right now.
I ignored her, staring dead at River. Even the nicest guys have breaking points. I knew him better than anyone. His biggest trigger was feeling emasculated or having his pride stepped on, and I was stomping all over it. His face was dark, a terrifying storm brewing in his eyes. But because Mia was there, he forced a tight, reassuring smile for her. The ultimate martyr. I rolled my eyes, clutched Pumpkin, and walked away. I needed to transfer schools. As long as I was in the same zip code as the main cast, I'd get dragged into their teenage drama. Watching the drama is fun. Living it is a nightmare. My role in this universe was the obscenely wealthy orphan. My parents died and left me a massive corporate empire, and my dad's former ward, Zane Sterling, became my legal guardian. In my past life, I barely saw Uncle Zane. He was a ruthless billionaire, always in boardrooms or on private jets. The day I turned 18, he legally washed his hands of me, handed over the keys to the trust fund, and vanished from my life. With that money, I funded River's startup, turning him into a Silicon Valley tech bro. Everyone called him Mr. Sutton. Carter's indie game studio looked like a joke in comparison. Mia loved my socialite lifestyle, soaking up the VIP treatment River's new money bought her. Because the Lin family had once helped River, he wanted to repay them. I let it slide until he crossed the line. He was a bastard who deserved to rot. In my past life, I had drafted the divorce papers before I went into labor, but I didn't survive to serve them. Was that my punishment for messing with the plot? My iPhone buzzed. The caller ID shocked me. Uncle Zane? I answered. His deep, cinematic voice came through the speaker.
You are at school. Did you get into a fight?
I panicked.
No, I didn't.
Your principal called my office, said you assaulted a student.
He sounded annoyed. Snitches. I needed his signature to transfer to a private academy, so I couldn't piss him off.
FaceTime. Me.
He ordered.
What?
FaceTime. I need to see if you are bleeding.
He hung up. A second later, a video request popped up. I accepted. The screen filled with his ridiculously handsome face. He was in a bespoke tuxedo holding a crystal glass of bourbon, clearly at some elite Manhattan gala. His eyes were sharp, scanning me, though his polite gala smile didn't reach his eyes.
Uncle Zane?
I mumbled. He leaned back, looking me up and down. His brow relaxed.
Not a scratch. Exactly what I expect from someone carrying the Vance name. What happened?
He glanced off screen, nodding at some billionaire walking by. I kept it brief, lying that it was just a stupid locker hallway argument that got physical.
I am sorry. It is my fault. I shouldn't have slapped him.
His eyes darted back to the screen, his voice a lazy drawl.
Did I say you were in the wrong? You slapped a kid once and the principal acts like you burned the gym down. If you ask me, you went too easy on him. Next time some punk bothers you, text me. I'll have my security team break his fingers and throw him in the Hudson.
I gasped.
Wait, what?
He raised an eyebrow.
What, you prefer to do it yourself? I suppose you could,
He paused, actually considering it.
but a young lady shouldn't get her hands dirty.
I stared at the screen, bewildered. The man was unhinged.
Anything else, I have to go deal with the board of directors.
He downed the rest of his drink.
Wait, yes.
I blurted.
Uncle Zane, I want to transfer to a prep school.
He paused, his dark eyes locking onto mine through the lens.
Finally done chasing that broke loser around, cutting him off.
A chill ran down my spine. How did he know about River? Had he been having me followed? My paranoid expression must have been obvious because he frowned, suddenly impatient.
Fine, transfer, talk to Lester. He'll handle the paperwork.
Lester was his executive assistant.
I am flying back to New York next month. We're having a serious talk about your GPA. You better have a damn good excuse for why your grades are in the gutter.
My grades weren't that bad. Sure, I wasn't valedictorian, but I was passing. Before I could argue, he tossed the phone to Lester, leaving me staring at his broad, tailored back. Lester gave me a polite, apologetic smile through the camera. I hung up. What a moody tyrant. No wonder he was single at 30. At the penthouse, I threw everything that reminded me of River into the trash chute. Martha brought me a strawberry smoothie.
Miss Chloe, let me clean this up. Drink slowly. Don't give yourself brain freeze.
I took a massive sip, closing my eyes. God, it tasted exactly like my real mom's smoothies. When I was going through chemo, my mom would make these to get me to eat. She learned from YouTube tutorials just for me. She had an MBA. She could have been a CEO, but she sacrificed everything for me. My death must have killed her. But what good was a daughter like me anyway? Nothing but a burden. Martha interrupted my thoughts.
Miss Chloe, I saw that Sutton boy's face. He has got bad energy. He'll bring his wife nothing but misery. You stay away from him.
I laughed.
Martha, you read auras now.
She looked dead, serious.
I mean it, he has got cold, selfish eyes. A sweet girl like you doesn't need a boy like that.
I nodded.
You are right. He is garbage. I am totally over him.
She let out a huge sigh of relief. It felt so good to have someone care about me. Martha was a new addition to this timeline. I found her collapse from a fever on the sidewalk 2 months ago and took her to the air. She told me she came to the city looking for her missing daughter. She had nightmares that her daughter was conned by a deadbeat, got pregnant, and died in labor. She didn't speak much English and couldn't find a job. My heart broke for her, so I hired her as our live-in housekeeper.
Any news from the private investigator about your daughter?
I asked gently. She smiled a bittersweet smile, shaking her head but looking at me with overwhelming warmth.
Honestly, as long as she is safe and healthy, even if she is not with me, I am okay with it. I just want her to be happy.
She stared at me with such deep maternal love I actually felt awkward. Was she projecting her daughter onto me? I didn't mind, but her real daughter would be crushed if she knew. I kept my mouth shut, let her find comfort where she could. Lester took the red-eye flight back. His black Escalade was waiting at the school gates. I opened the door and froze. Uncle Zane was sprawled in the back seat, looking like a GQ model with a lethal aura that screamed, "Do not disturb." I hesitated. Waking him up felt like a death wish. His morning temper was infamous. Lester cleared his throat.
Boss, Miss Vance is here.
Zane opened his eyes, glaring. Lester quickly excused himself to get coffee, shooting me a good luck look. I tried to back away, but Zane grabbed my backpack strap and yanked me inside. He tapped the leather seat next to him.
Sit.
I sat.
Did you eat?
He asked gruffly.
Yes.
I didn't.
I blinked.
Do you want me to buy you a bagel?
He scoffed and looked out the window. Then he asked, "How old are you now?"
17 next month.
I smiled. He looked at me with an unreadable expression.
17. Almost time.
Assuming he meant the trust fund handover, I laid on the charm.
Oh, Uncle Zane, even when the guardianship ends, you'll always be my favorite uncle. I'll buy you a Rolex and pay for your luxury retirement home.
He let out a dark laugh.
I am 24, 7 years older than you. I don't need you putting me in a nursing home.
Right. You are a young billionaire playboy. You don't need a kid like me hanging around.
He went quiet, then asked.
Do you even know why I became your guardian?
I had no clue. In the book, he was just a plot device. When I didn't answer, he smirked.
Figures. We'll discuss it when you go to college.
He leaned in suddenly. The smell of expensive Tom Ford cologne and scotch wrapped around me. My mouth went dry.
Go to class. I drove all night and I need to sleep.
He reached across me. I thought he was opening the door, so I shrank back. Instead, he grabbed my protein bar and iced coffee from my bag side pocket and practically shoved me out of the SUV. I stood on the curb. I hate adults. Lester walked me to the principal's office to hand in my transfer papers. The principal wanted me to publicly apologize to River. Not a chance. I killed time walking around the track field. Suddenly, the main cast blocked my path.
Chloe Vance, hold it right there.
Mia's shrill voice echoed. She and Carter flanked me.
I hear you are transferring.
River said, his voice soft but his eyes like ice.
None of your business.
I snapped.
Who do you think you are?
Mia stepped up, furious.
Why are you being such a psycho? Why did you cancel the debit card? Don't you know that is for his mom's chemo? I bet you did it on purpose.
Wait. The debit card. I did give River a card linked to my account for his mom's bills, but I hadn't canceled it. I'd completely forgotten about it.
I didn't cancel it.
I said honestly, Mia wasn't having it.
It is your account. Who else would freeze it? You are doing this to punish him because he doesn't want you.
Carter nodded in agreement. A crowd was forming. River, move. I am leaving. He didn't budge. He leaned in close, whispering so only I could hear.
I don't care about the money. I just want to know, do you actually hate me?
My heart dropped. The cold, dead look in his eyes. It looked exactly like the River from my past life. Was he reincarnated too? No, impossible. Don't panic.
Number, I don't hate you. I just think you are pathetic. I realized I was slumming it, so I am correcting my mistake.
Very good, Chloe. You are doing just fine. River's jaw clenched, a vein popping on his forehead.
What am I to you? A charity case, a toy for the rich girl to play with until she gets bored.
Don't flatter yourself.
I sneered.
If I wanted a toy, I'd buy one that actually entertained me. You are just a headache.
River's face went pale with rage. Mia couldn't hear us, but she screamed at the crowd.
Chloe is cutting off his dying mother's medical funds just because he rejected her. She is a monster. You know how hard he works.
The crowd erupted. Kids started whispering, pointing, calling me a spoiled bitch. The accusations hit me like physical blows. My breath hitched. The trauma from my real life. When the kids at school bullied me for being bald from chemo, pushing me down the stairs flooded my brain. My hands started shaking. The world was spinning. Suddenly, a heavy cashmere coat was thrown over my shoulders. The scent of Tom Ford cologne grounded me.
Why are you shivering? Put a coat on.
Zane stepped in front of me, shielding me from the crowd.
If someone barks at you, bite back. I am paying your legal fees.
He stood there, hands in his tailored pockets, radiating billionaire intimidation. The high schoolers instantly shut up. He looked at River with pure disdain.
If you have a problem with her, you take it up with me.
Mia blushed, intimidated by his looks. and stammered.
Sir, we were just.
Zane ignored her. I looked at his broad back. In my past life, his money protected me now. He was physically shielding me, but I couldn't hide behind him forever. I had to face my own demons. I pulled off his coat and stepped forward. Zane raised an eyebrow but stepped aside, letting me take the floor. I raised my voice so the whole courtyard could hear.
I slapped River and I'll accept the school's detention for it, but I never canceled the medical funds. That account has $1 million of my own trust fund money in it, and it was a donation. I am not taking it back. I'll have my bankers figure out why it is frozen, and for the record, I don't have feelings for River. It was pity.
I exhaled. Saying it out loud broke the curse. I wasn't scared anymore. The crowd shifted. Wait, she donated $1 million and they're yelling at her. Yeah, it is her money. She doesn't owe him anything. The class president stepped up.
Mia, you should apologize. You can't scream at someone who is literally paying for his mom's cancer treatments.
Mia burst into tears and ran off. Carter chased her. The bell rang. The courtyard cleared. Only River remained. He took a step toward me. I turned to Zane, whining.
Uncle Zane, I am exhausted. Take me home.
He smirked, ruffling my hair.
Let's go, kid.
He signaled Lester, who physically blocked River from following us. As we walked away, River shouted,
Chloe, I'll pay back every cent of that $1 million. I don't owe you anything.
Whatever. Turns out, the card was frozen because River was using it to run crypto scams and fake online storefronts to impress Mia. The bank flagged it for money laundering. I had Lester unfreeze it and told River if he wanted to pay me back, he could donate it to an inner-city youth charity. I moved to a private academy in Manhattan. Martha and Mr. Carson came with me. Life was peaceful. Martha took over the kitchen and treated me like gold. I asked Zane to hire Better Pie S to find her daughter, but he just gave me a weird look and said he'd handle it. On my 18th birthday, an unknown number called.
Hello?
I said, just heavy breathing.
Hello?
Finally, a hoarse voice said,
Happy birthday.
It was River. In my past life, he never celebrated my birthday because it was 2 days after his mother's death anniversary. I felt a pang of pity, but I killed it instantly. Pitying men ruins your life.
What college are you going to?
He rushed out.
I was thinking.
I hung up and blocked the number. Lester told me Zane left my present on the penthouse rooftop garden. I went up in my heels and gown, but it was empty. Suddenly, a spotlight blinded me. The roar of chopper blades deafened me. A private helicopter touched down on the helipad. The door opened and Zane stepped out looking like James Bond. He offered his hand.
Get in. Let's go for a ride.
I grabbed his hand, but the wind pushed me and I crashed into his chest. My red lipstick smeared across his crisp white shirt. The pilot smirked. I wanted to die of embarrassment. Zane didn't notice. We flew over the glittering Manhattan skyline. He handed me a thick manila envelope. Happy 18th. Open it when you start college. I knew what it was. The trust fund transfer.
Thanks, sugar daddy uncle.
I joked. He flicked my forehead.
The guardianship is legally over. Stop calling me uncle. You are going to ruin my dating life.
What dating life? I muttered.
What should I call you then, Zane Zaney? Big Z.
I teased. He just glared at me. I got accepted into Columbia University. For the summer break, I took Martha and Mr. Carson on a road trip. I realized I was growing more and more dependent on Martha. I worried if she ever found her own daughter, would she still love me as much as she did now? Zane was around a lot more, treating me to dinners and acting strangely possessive. His eyes tracked me like a predator. I planned to invest in tech startups, so I opened the manila envelope early. Inside was the trust fund deed, but also 2 extra documents, a marriage contract and a letter from my late grandfather. The letter explained that Zane wasn't just a ward, we were betrothed since childhood. Grandfather Vance stipulated that to inherit the empire, I had doomed to marry Zane. If I refused, Zane got 100% of the estate. It was to protect me from gold diggers. If I didn't marry him, I'd be broke. Wait. In my past life, Zane gave me the money and walked away. Did he hate me that much? I was sulking in bed. Martha came in.
What is wrong, sweetie?
I think I like someone, but I am scared to make a move because of my past.
I admitted.
You mean Mr. Sterling?
She guessed instantly. I blushed into my pillow. If it is him, take the leap. Trust your gut. I marched into Zane's home office, slammed the marriage contract on his mahogany desk, and put my hands on my hips.
Zane Sterling, do you want a wife or not?
He looked up slowly.
If you just want the money, I can sign it over to you.
No.
I pointed at him.
That money is my dowry. If you say no, I am kidnapping you.
He smirked, leaning back in his leather chair.
I suppose I'll accept my fate.
I patted his head.
Good boy. I'll make lots of money to spoil you.
He grabbed my wrist, his voice dropping an octave.
Have I been too nice to you lately?
I bolted out the door, my face burning. River managed to get into Columbia after taking a gap year. He stalked me relentlessly. Grand gestures, flowers, public serenades. The campus gossip pages were obsessed. I threw his gifts in the trash. After a theater club performance, a senior guy proposed to me on stage with a ring. The crowd went wild. I felt a chill. Zane was leaning against the auditorium doors, watching me with a lethal smile. Before I could reject the senior, River stormed the stage and punched him. A brawl broke out. I snuck out the back, but Zane cornered me in the hallway.
A senior proposing and a freshman fighting over you. You are very popular.
He purred, trapping me against the wall.
Don't be mad. I'll buy you dinner.
I placated, kissing his jaw. He threw his suit jacket over our heads, hiding us from the security cameras.
I can't wait for dinner.
He murmured, kissing me breathless. 2 years after graduation, I ran into River at a corporate law firm. His startup was filing for bankruptcy. He looked like a ghost.
Can we get a coffee?
He begged.
Number.
He grabbed my wrist, his eyes bloodshot.
I wanted you first. If I became a billionaire, would you have looked at me instead of him?
I yanked my arm away.
Someone told me to tell you.
He shouted frantically.
He said he didn't mean to leave you in the hospital. He was going to break up with Mia. He didn't know you would die.
So he wasn't reincarnated. I didn't care.
I don't have a kid, psycho.
I said, walking away.
Watch out for Zane. He is obsessed with you.
He screamed. I kept walking. I heard Mia and Carter got married but had a toxic, messy divorce. River fled to Europe and disappeared. Right after Zane and I got engaged, Martha collapsed. The doctors said her organs were failing. I was sobbing by her hospital bed.
You can't die. We haven't found your daughter.
She smiled, glowing with an unnatural peace.
I found her a long time ago. I watched her go to college, get engaged. She is happy now.
I froze. She found her. She looked at me with pure love. I burst into tears.
Mom?
Yes.
She whispered. It all made sense, the smoothies. The way she couldn't read English because she was from my original world. She was a transmigrator, too.
Mom, I am so sorry.
I wailed, burying my face in her chest.
Don't cry. I'll visit you in your dreams.
She smoothed my hair.
The gatekeeper of the afterlife let me come here to save you. But the price is I have to take over his job brewing the elixir of oblivion for passing souls.
I stared at her.
Are you messing with me?
I'd never lie to my baby.
She smiled, her body slowly turning into golden light.
I'll bring your husband to meet you at the River Styx when it is time.
She vanished into the light. Zane burst into the room, wrapping me in a tight hug.
I am here. You are not alone.
I wasn't while I was trying to save others. My mom crossed dimensions to save me. Zane Sterling fell in love with Chloe Vance at first sight. He just didn't know she was his betrothed. They met when a scammer threw himself in front of Zane's Bentley in the city. Chloe ran over, faked a heart attack to outscam the scammer, and scared the old man away. Zane was captivated by the chaotic, brilliant girl. He tried to buy her lunch, but she ran off with her friends. If Zane had actually paid attention to the files Lester sent him about his word, he would have known it was her. But he assumed she was just an annoying teenager and stayed in Europe. They met again in New York when she was selling cheap keychains for a college business project. He bought one and hung it in his Bentley. When he turned back to ask her name, she was gone. He flew back to New York to officially hand over the Vance Trust Fund. He had no intention of forcing the arranged marriage. He was already in love with the keychain girl. When he walked into the penthouse and saw Chloe, he felt like he'd been hit by a truck. The girl he loved was his ward. But before he could confess, she brought River Sutton home. Zane was devastated. He refused to be a homewrecker, so he signed over the money and left. Years later, Lester walked into his boardroom. Zane shattered his glass desk when he heard the news. Chloe was dead, 25, dead in childbirth. Zane destroyed River's company. He dragged River into his basement.
She is dead. You don't get to live.
Zane said, holding the faded keychain.
I am taking an arm and a leg as payment for her and the baby.
River laughed hysterically.
You loved her own guardian. If she knew, she would have been sick.
Zane had River tortured. He never married. When he died, he had his ashes buried with Chloe's. In the afterlife, his soul floated into a strange realm. He saw a man in robes and a woman looking into a glowing mirror.
Your daughter is in there. Don't blow your cover.
The robed man said. The woman jumped into the mirror and turned into Martha. The robed man spotted Zane.
Whoops, another soul slipping through. Get back in there before the fates notice.
He shoved Zane into the mirror. Zane woke up in his Escalade. Lester was saying,
Boss, Miss Vance slapped River Sutton.
Zane was reborn. This time, he wasn't letting her go. He flew back to New York immediately. When he saw Martha at the penthouse, he recognized her as the woman from the afterlife. He tried to ask her about the universe's secrets. Martha just glared at him.
Mind your own business, boy.
Zane backed off. You don't mess with the mother-in-law.